Zen garden gone wild. So last month, my roommate Dave decided he was tired of the city's negative energy and needed a way to find his inner peace. I thought he'd just sign up for yoga or maybe buy one of those Himalayan salt lamps that look like a radioactive potato. But nope, one evening I came home to find our living room completely transformed. Gone was the coffee table, and in its place was an elaborate miniature Zen garden. Sand, rocks, some tiny pagodas, and, inexplicably, an actual full-sized rake. Dave was sitting cross-legged, raking patterns into the sand with this massive tool like he was landscaping for ants with anger management issues. At first, I tried to be supportive. I tiptoed around the sandpit, ignored the fact that the cat was using it as a deluxe litter box, and even complimented Dave on his meditative aesthetic. But things started getting weird fast. Dave insisted that everyone remove their shoes before entering the living room, which I thought was fair, until I noticed he had created a complex, hand-drawn map of acceptable footpaths using masking tape. The garden was also expanding. One day I woke up to find he'd replaced our welcome mat with an actual patch of moss and a tiny fountain. Our apartment started smelling like a cross between a spa and a damp basement. Then, disaster struck. One morning, I stumbled out to the kitchen to make coffee, still groggy, and heard an unholy yelp. Dave had apparently stepped, barefoot, directly onto the business end of the full-sized rake, which he'd left carelessly in the sand. The rake snapped upright like it was auditioning for Looney Tunes, and Dave did a little hop dance that sent sand flying everywhere. Instead of cursing or swearing off Zen gardening forever, Dave sat down, holding his throbbing foot, and declared with a totally straight face, "I think I've just invented aggressive meditation. Inner peace through outer pain." So now, every morning, Dave sits in the middle of the sand, surrounded by tiny rocks and one very suspicious-looking rake, explaining to guests that true mindfulness is achieved by staying present while dodging hazards. He's even renamed our living room the Zen Den Apparel. As for me, I just tell people that sharing an apartment with Dave has really taught me to mind my step, because enlightenment is only one barefoot rake away.